Stop! There is nothing wrong with your device. Do not attempt to adjust your screen. We are controlling the input and output of this program. The hands on the clock are gone, and the hustle and bustle of busyness no longer exists. So take a deep breath and exhale. You are about to cross over into the timeout zone with Dr. Toni, the self-care doctor, for some me time. Here, there is no addiction to hurry, no stress or worry, no strain or pain. Anxiety turns to relaxation, and exhaustion gives in to meditation. Here is where you can just be. Journey weekly with Dr. Toni as she promotes balanced living through information and inspiration while reminding you of your status, that you are a VIP, a very important person in the timeout zone. Remember, take care with self-care. If not you, who? If not now, when?
Hi, I'm Dr. Toni, the self-care doctor. Thank you for joining me here in the Timeout Zone, our weekly segment of hot topics. The hands on the clock are gone, and time has stopped so that you can take care of yourself. Our topic today is about procrastination, and it affects all of us at some point in time. Do you have a deadline that's looming and you haven't even started your project yet? Why do we put things off until later? And then when later gets here, it comes and goes and we still have not started our project. Well, today we're going to talk about some of the reasons why we procrastinate, and also talk about what procrastination is and what it is not. Let's get started. First of all, let's talk first about what procrastination isn't. You see, procrastination is not a time management issue. Procrastination is not an issue of planning. Procrastination is a problem with self-control and self-regulation. And it is a silent killer that kills our dreams, our goals, and our relationships. It is a common problem among people who are having some challenges with just making things happen because of what they fear people may say. Now let's define what procrastination is. Procrastination is the avoidance of doing a task that needs to be completed. It is the practice of doing more pleasurable things than the things that are priority. It is when we carry out less urgent tasks. Did you know that procrastination is a self-care matter? Chronic procrastination is linked with poorer health, poorer work productivity, and poorer relationships. So, how do we get past procrastination? Well, that is the million-dollar question. You see, research shows that people have several reasons why they procrastinate. Listen to these and tell me whether you may fit into one or more of them. First of all, complacency seems to be the number one issue for people who procrastinate. And complacency, although it may appear to be due to laziness, is not really a laziness issue at all. It is simply having a strong overconfidence about something. And so you think that you have plenty of time to do something, and so you take your sweet time, and oftentimes it just doesn't happen. The second reason for procrastination is sometimes we want to avoid that which makes us uncomfortable. This is when we avoid an activity that is unpleasant, something that we don't enjoy doing. The second thing that causes us to procrastinate is just our fear of failure. Sometimes we will avoid doing things if we think that it may not come out to be a positive outcome. An example is trying to make a sales call and fearing that you will not make the sale. Number 4 is just not making whatever the activity is a priority. Sometimes we'll just put things off and put things off, and it's just not as important as it should be, and so we just fail to make it a priority. Our fifth one is something that happens quite often, and that is our mental state. We could be so overwhelmed, tired, fatigued, stressed out, or just overcommitted, and that we just find it difficult to get things going because we're just so overwhelmed already. So our emotional state has a lot to do with why we may procrastinate. So now you can see why procrastination is a matter of self-care. But last but not least is something that is called action illusion. Action illusion. Action illusion is when you feel that you've done all the right things, but nothing is happening. It appears that all that you've tried to do, you haven't gotten anything completed, and so you just put it on the back burner and you don't even try anymore. Since procrastination leads to frustration and frustration leads to resignation, let's approach this whole idea of procrastination differently. Would you agree that time is a precious commodity, something that you cannot get back once you waste it? You can't get it back. It's just gone. So I would like to suggest to you a different approach, something that has worked pretty well for me. I call it putting it in. Now, this topic is all about putting it in instead of putting it off. I use an approach that helps me to get started, and I invite you to try the very same thing. But it requires you to be very intentional. You see, when we procrastinate, we lose valuable time and end up with nothing. So what if we just took time into little small chunks and got started that way? That way we could push past procrastination. So here's what I'm proposing to you. I recommend that you take a little time toward establishing a rhythm. It's called put in 10 to win. Instead of putting it off, we recommend putting it in. Putting it in to win can help jumpstart your projects and even your relationship, but it requires intentionality. Here's how it works. Set aside 10 minutes. That's all, just 10 minutes. We all waste 10 minutes easily, getting on email, talking on the phone, sitting in the drive-through. 10 minutes will go by really quickly. So what if you just took 10 minutes to start your project? Start with allocating just 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes stop, you can stop. Debrief and assess how that situation went. How was the experience for you? Next time, take another 10 minutes. But what I'm suggesting to you is to take it step by step. Start out with 10 minutes. Next thing you know, 10 minutes becomes 20 minutes, 20 minutes becomes 30 minutes, and now you are putting it in. Instead of putting it off, you're putting it in. We say here, put in 10 to win. Pretty soon, your momentum is building up and your whole mindset has changed that you're able to complete projects in one setting. But initially, let's start out with just the 10 minutes. In the meantime, I invite you to be good to yourself. Reward yourself when you do put in your 10. And when you have completely finished the task, then really reward yourself. But in order to put in 10 and win, you need another component, and that is an accountability partner. Someone who will help you, someone who will hold you accountable to at least starting by putting in your 10. Also, if you can't get an accountability partner, maybe just Find a network of friends, a support network that can help you stay on the task. I hope this information has been helpful to you. So please share it with those that you know could really benefit from jumping start their projects and other things that they've been putting off. This has been a message regarding procrastination. Put it in instead of putting it off. If you would like to participate in our VIP one-on-one intensives, or if you just like to schedule an appointment, please feel free to contact me via my website. You can email me at www.takecarewithselfcare.com. You can also leave your comments on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, or also please share your comments on my YouTube channel. Until next time, this is Dr. Toni saying, you are a VIP, a very important person. So take care with self-care. If not you, who? If not now, when? See you next week.